if you do not like and subscribe to this video right now. You will not be suffocated by a stirring of starved succulents. But do you really want to risk it? Alright. We are back again with another scary compilation, number 66 by Bad Bub. Give him a follow and a like. Subscribe to his stuff. Subscribe to my stuff. Check it out. Without further ado, let's get into it.
On September 8th of 2022, a video was uploaded online that many viewers are finding hard to explain. The video is anything but ordinary. It was posted by Isbettarelli, who states that she didn't record the video herself, but instead, someone else had filmed it. The footage was later sent to her and was eventually posted online for everyone else to see. Similar to Isbet's reaction, viewers were left terrified by the footage. It's late at night, somewhere in Peru, when suddenly, two friends encounter something pretty disturbing. This is their video.
It's in Peru. So we got a person doing a backwards arch. It's like a gymnastic stance.
Understandably, the two friends kept their distance from whoever or whatever this was. It stands on all fours, while moving its head in a manner that's very unusual.
Very obvious.
Being paralyzed with fear, both friends stay in place as they continue to observe the strange being. Although it's not clear as to what this was, viewers believe that it might have been a skinwalker or some other supernatural being.
So, my determination, fake video. Obviously, it's not moving. It's not doing it. Well, it's moving, shaking its head, kind of swaying back and forth. But it's not walking around. It's not doing anything, right? Just standing there in the shadows, which, okay. Someone created this just as a spooky thing. Or maybe that person went out in the streets and was just like, I'm going to do an exercise. And these people are walking along. They're doing a stretch. And they see this thing. And they're like, oh crap, and they film it, and they don't realize it's just a person standing there, and they're freaking out over nothing. But I am 99.9% sure that it's just a gymnast pose.
Yeah, the lack of info on this video makes it likely that we'll never know for sure what this was.
I know for sure what it was.
Had the two friends actually captured something supernatural, or was something else caught?
Next, 7. Alright.
A woman is alone at home when her dogs all of a sudden start acting strange. It was only after looking back at her footage that she realized the reason as to why they were acting odd. Doubtless, the footage has left her disturbed. Now, before showing the video, it's worth noting that the person in this clip has been featured in a previous video before. Laura Combs has been documenting strange activity in her house, and it was just recently that she caught something that has left her even more baffled than before. The following is her video.
So it's always suggested that animals have like sort of a sixth sense, or maybe they're just in tune with the other side and they can see things, hear things, so on and so forth. I kind of, as a suggestion, I think that it has something to do with innocence. That's why kids are often able to see and interact with spirits. Animals, they are unworldly, and therefore what I would deem as innocent is the word I'm using, and therefore they're able to interact and see things of a spiritual nature. Something I kind of think is very likely. So interacting and whimpering in the corner for no apparent reason. And then they leave the room. It's almost like they're following someone. So first off, it's hard to tell what the nature of these dogs are, what their personality is like, the kind of things that they do normally in a day. we're just seeing a brief glimpse into the life of this person. So we don't know how dogs act naturally. Now we can read into how the humans in this scene are acting, and they're very confused as to why the dogs are acting this way, which would suggest they're acting out of the normal, but it's something to note. Meanwhile, outside. So he was going up to a window, so he's looking outside maybe. Those weren't orbs, those were just bugs. Okay, so there's a light going through, back and forth. So right in the middle of the screen, there's some sort of light going back and forth. It could be someone out there with a flashlight just panning. There could be a road beyond that forest line, a street of some sort, and vehicles passing by. We don't know. Okay. So that zoom in is a little more interesting. It almost looked like an orb of sorts, and it was going up and down. It wasn't just panning in a straight line. So that kind of debunks the idea that it could be a vehicle just driving by. Less likely, anyways. Could still be someone with a flashlight. But that seems a little odd as well. The movement is erratic. So it's not like someone panning with a flashlight, and it wouldn't be the head of the flashlight because it would be more of a pan. It wouldn't be a jumping, running. Its movement is quite quick as well, or what seems to be quick. Video could be sped up as well. Who knows? But curious.
Strangely enough, around the same time her dogs start to act up, a mysterious figure appears in her backyard.
I wouldn't call it a figure.
There is something very odd about this figure. It moves in such a way that seems to suggest it's something other than a human.
I'm just going to back that up. It almost did look like a figure there. Right here, so I'm just going to circle it right in the center. You can almost see feet down at the bottom right here, and the light is up around here. Right here. So you see the light, and there's some feet right here.
Moves in such a way that seems to
I'm going to back that up one more time so you can take a look at that.
There is something very odd about this figure.
Right here as
it moves in such a way that seems to suggest it's something other than a human.
Stands. Now, like I said before, we don't know if this video was fast forwarded. So it could be someone with, I'm thinking now, possibly a mask. Something, some sort of mask that is possibly reflective. And so it's picking up a little bit of the light from the house. Obviously, we can tell with this shadow of the tree, there is a bright light present coming from the house. And obviously the light on this patio furniture. So there could be a reflective mask. They're standing there. They move over. They stand somewhere else. They do a little bit of walking. And then they fast forward the video.
Laura believes that it might be a supernatural entity, considering all that's happened in her home and the strange behavior exhibited by her dogs.
So possibly
now,
paranormal.
Viewers also agree,
it is curious,
but it's not certain if that's the case.
It could easily be faked as well.
Given what's happened, could it be that Laura's dogs were sensing a supernatural presence, which happened to be outside? Or might there be another explanation for this odd occurrence? Feel free to let me know what you think down below.
It was interesting that the dogs were reacting kind of strangely based on the human's behavior.
There's a podcast on YouTube by the name of Twisted Chamber, whose hosts consist of two people, Natasha and Kat. A few years ago, they received a strange video from a friend of theirs, who still, to this day, has no idea as to what was captured in it. They were deeply unsettled by the footage, and are looking for answers to explain what was captured.
I'm about to give you answers.
The story goes that the friend was visiting her sick daughter at the hospital late at night, when out of nowhere, something downright creepy is caught in the background. They were sure that nobody else was around, as they were the only ones on this floor.
Unlikely that they're the only ones on this floor. That seems like a bit of a boast. Oh, we were definitely the only ones on this floor. You're in a hospital, and there's no one on that floor except for you? Okay. And And obviously this isn't an abandoned hospital because their sick child is here. But okay, so you're at a hospital. Hospitals, there's a lot of death, a lot of sickness, disease, a lot of sadness. There is a belief that spiritual nature could be promoted or occur because of heavy emotion. So it would make sense that there's a lot of spiritual activity at a hospital if
Needless
that
to
is
say,
the case.
the video is pretty creepy. This
All right, what do we
is
got?
what they caught.
Oh, hello. Very gorgeous.
So I don't know if it has to do with... Okay. So black shadow running by super quick. Looked like a child. So if this was a pediatric
It is
ward,
only after a couple of seconds that we see a shadow-like figure zoom by. The speed at which they travel seems to be extremely fast, which makes it seem very uncanny.
The one thing I will say about that is we can hear them talking in the video. If someone was to run by the door at that speed, you would think you would hear a little bit of noise, footsteps from them running. We're not hearing anything. The door also seems to be, or the hallway seems to be well lit there. And the shadow is almost completely black, which is odd.
But even more strange is that the figure doesn't appear to be running, but rather standing completely straight while moving at a speed beyond human capacity. The friend who caught this doubts that it was one of the...
I would argue that that's an exaggeration. It could be true, but there's no way to tell because you're not seeing the lower half of their body.
The nurses, or anyone else in general, as they are totally certain that she and her daughter had the floor to themselves.
Again,
So then,
that
if no one
seems
else had been
odd.
on the floor, who or what was this? There has yet to be a clear answer to this question, but like with most videos, it seems that we won't know for sure until more evidence is given.
It is a curious one.
This next video was suggested by Armando Caesar, who said,
I would likely say that that was paranormal. However, a lot of the things that the narrator was saying is I would put into question whether that was true or not.
Says he has no idea where this video originally came from. The source is unknown. However, after doing a bit of research, he was able to gather some info on the footage. According to Armando, the woman in this video is a house cleaner who's been cleaning an extremely old house for years.
Okay.
She usually comes at night to clean the place, and almost every night while being there, she swears that she can hear voices and footsteps from the floor above, even though no one else is inside the house.
This sounds familiar. I think I've seen this video
the
before.
cleaning lady's friends dare her to clean the house, but with the lights off.
Okay. I was going to say it's her job. How is that a dare?
And to record whatever happens. Although hesitant at first, she took the dare, thinking it would be a great idea, as she would prove to her friends that she's not crazy and the house is actually haunted. But little did she know that this would be one of the biggest mistakes she's ever made.
Yeah.
It's late at night, the lights are off, and the woman is at this place. This is what was captured.
I'd like to really cope there. Oh! What?
I would say that was a knock, not footsteps, but okay.
God.
Could have been footsteps running. She did claim at the beginning that she heard footsteps running.
Can't scare me, you bastard, I'm coming.
She does not want to be there.
Farron.
Okay, top of the stairs.
Top of banister. Hello, Pauline, I'm shitting myself. Sounds like there's something in that bedroom.
I think you're going to want to keep an eye on the...
I'm off the top of the stairs.
So, excuse me. Door swings open. There could be someone in there with a string pulling it. It could be her friends playing a prank on her. They're inside. She doesn't know what's going on. They're doing stuff. We don't know. Her reaction seems very genuine. So I don't believe she's in on this. I don't think she's faking anything. Like I've said, I've seen this video before. Otherwise, she's a very good actor. So I'm laughing, but I just want to say I've recently been put in this position where I was by myself in the dark of a haunted location, and any little thing kind of sets you off. You're just like, you freak out like at any little noise. It can be difficult to keep your composure. So I get her reaction, but it's funny. It's fun to watch, right?
Oh.
I think something peeks in the door now.
I can hear a noise in the background, but it's in that cupboard, and it is the airing cupboard. So that's where boiler is, and it sounds like someone's just come up at the back of me. Door. Bollocks.
Like, I actually genuinely have chills right now watching this, even though I've seen it before. It's like her reaction is just, it seems so genuine that
Right, I've just shut door. Bed, I'm gonna sit on the floor. I daren't move.
Okay, so she shut the door there, I believe. It didn't shut on its own. She was just nervous, so she shut the door.
Do you know if I went me said? Ah! Ah!
I want to rewind that. Her camera, it's obviously not designed for a dark setting. So sometimes you get light fragments, and it's just the video camera trying to pick up in dark and light setting. But it almost looked like the door swung open and something ran past her. So I'm just going to rewind. We're going to take a look at that again.
Ah!
See how there's that quick white flash? It could be her hand also, if she was like, oh, and passed her hand in front of the camera. That could be what's going on.
Do you know if I went me said?
So
Ah!
there's a little interesting. But again, you can kind of see it just as her camera is shifting.
Normally, anyone who encounters something like this would flee from the house immediately.
Right at the top there.
But it seems that the cleaning lady was feeling pretty brave that night.
Who knows?
However, if it wasn't for the following incident, this video would have been a lot longer. What happens next, before heading downstairs, has left her completely shook. This is what she caught.
Will you open the door for me, please?
That was very respectful of her. She didn't specify which door.
I have just seen something. Right, that's it. I'm off down. I can't take no more. I am off frigging down.
I believe there's someone on the stairs as she turns. Oh no, that's the peek from around the door.
A loud bang comes from one of the rooms, at which the woman...
So what I'll say at this point, she's obviously going from room to room. Now, given the backstory, she's supposed to be here cleaning with all the lights off. How you're supposed to clean with all the lights off, I don't know. But she's obviously not doing cleaning either. So it was probably more of a dare that she's a cleaning lady. They asked her to stay overnight with the lights off. But she's obviously not doing any cleaning in these videos. Her reaction to all this stuff that's going on seems very genuine. She is going room to room. So if her friends were in those rooms hiding and pulling pranks on her, you would think she would stumble across them, which makes it less likely that this is a prank being played on.
Points the camera and captures something by the door. It happens real fast, but if you slow the footage and pause at the right time, you can see what appears to be a palish-looking figure peeking at the woman from behind the door. Eerily enough, it seems to have been standing there before even pointing the camera at it. It is at this point that the woman has seen enough and decides to call it a night.
I don't really know how to explain
Now, with all that's happened in this video, one can't help but think if something paranormal had truly occurred. If so, then the dare she took proved to be successful. Yet not much info was given on the video to prove that it's either real or fake, so it's up to you to come up with your own conclusion. As is often the case with videos like this, what happened that night remains a total mystery.
Number 4.
The following video comes from Ryan Godoy, who while using a public restroom heard strange noises coming from the stall next to his. Curious as to who or what was making those noises, he takes out his phone to record the strange occurrence. He knew for a fact that nobody else was inside the restroom.
I have questions. Would you, if you were by yourself in a restroom, you thought you were by yourself, but okay, so he's sure he's by himself in the restroom. You hear some things, whatever. Do you pull out your phone and record? I mean, it's a restroom. I wouldn't. If I was there at a paranormal investigation, okay, so I'm on site doing a paranormal investigation. I'm the only one in the restroom, and I'm happy to be going to the washroom because it's that time. And I start hearing something. Maybe I start recording. Probably would start recording. But I'm just curious if he's just in the restroom, just at a restaurant. Oh, what's that?
So it didn't make sense that all of a sudden, somebody was in the stall next to his. He begins to record and ends up capturing something pretty terrifying. Take a look.
So it's a door opening. Two stalls down.
Without warning, the stall suddenly slams on its own. Naturally, Ryan runs away from the restroom, fearing that whatever had slammed the door is most likely capable of causing serious harm. Now, unfortunately, the video lacks enough info to determine if it's real or not. But regardless, the sudden movement of the door closing is definitely scary on its own.
Okay, we're gonna back that up. I want to see him leave. So right there's the potential for the video to be cut. So here we can see, okay, there's no feet. There's no one in there. He stands up, opens the door, and now is there someone in that very back corner? Did he cut the video, splice the video? There's someone in that back corner. They push it shut.
Without warning, the stall suddenly slams on its own. Naturally,
again, I need
Ryan
a
runs
little
away
more
from the
context.
restroom, fearing that whatever
here?
had slammed the door is most likely capable of causing serious harm. Now, unfortunately, the video lacks enough info to determine if it's real or not. But regardless, the sudden movement of the door closing is definitely scary on its own. But as always, what are your thoughts on this?
So if it's genuine, that's intriguing. But there's the chance that that was also faked, staged, whatever you want to call it.
Ghost?
And
or
why
something
is he there?
else?
Is it a paranormal investigation? Why is he recording in the restroom?
More often than not, most videos on the paranormal have very little information or not enough context. But it's usually these that...
And if he was doing a paranormal investigation, okay, that might be scary in the moment, but wouldn't you want to investigate it? If that's why you're there, to investigate the paranormal. You see the paranormal and then you run away. Could be scary in the moment, sure. I'll grant that. But yeah,
that tend to be the creepiest. Therefore, this next video is no exception to this notion. The following footage takes place inside a mine somewhere in Chile. The people in this video appear to be workers for a mining company, and it seems that one of the workers is filming the inside of this mine. They pan the camera all around the space, when suddenly, something very unusual is caught in the footage. With that said, be sure to look closely, as you might miss it the first time. Take a look.
Looking. So it appears to be someone sitting there, and then they're gone. Is that...
There's a small crevice a few feet away.
So right there, we have a person sitting right here. And there's a crevice. Now it's curious that they're just completely black. There's no features. These lights seem to be extremely bright for this cave to be illuminated this much. So he should have some sort of features. Some sort of color. Shouldn't be just purely black. The way the camera is panning across and then goes back, it's almost like he saw something. And he's going to investigate.
And just outside of it, there seems to be a small, shadowy figure resting against the wall. It is only seen momentarily.
What I'll say is the shadow figure almost seems planted in the footage. Like it doesn't seem to fit in the camera footage. It stands out. It's not like it's just part of a shadow. So does that mean it's faked, or does that mean it's just a spirit that is standing out? I don't know.
Before the camera pans away and then pans back to find nothing there.
And then what I find curious right here is, okay, he pans back. Now that it's gone, let's go investigate.
Now there's plenty of theories as to what this could have been,
person?
But the most popular one seems to be the belief that this might have been a creature known as a duende, an elf-like entity with sinister intentions. Yet,
why does it have sinister intentions?
Like most theories, it is not a fact, but simply a belief. So whatever this was is currently unknown. But of course, you be the judge as to whether or not something paranormal was captured.
The way the shadow looks as the camera is panning, it just doesn't look like it fits with the video, like it's faked to me. And then why does he just pan just off screen and then go back and then walk up to the crevice, investigate like it's gone? Makes me think this could almost be footage of a movie.
What exactly was caught in this video?
Very curious.
In this next video, a security guard is working the night shift at an empty facility when something extremely creepy is caught on camera.
I think I've seen this one too.
The guard in this video is known as Tim Saver, and he's been working the night shift at a place that he believes is haunted.
Okay.
From strange noises that seemingly come out of nowhere, to the odd feeling that someone else is inside the building, Tim has plenty of reasons to explain why he films during his shift. Now, there have been plenty of unexplainable things caught on camera, but a particular video has left many viewers unsettled. In this video, Tim hears a noise coming from a space near the ceiling. He proceeds to check out the noise.
Gives it some legitimacy.
But when he gets there, something is captured that Tim hadn't noticed until looking back at the footage. When he saw what was caught, he was left speechless. This is what he captured.
So my first question is that he's security. Why is he looking in the ceiling? Maybe he heard some noise up here. He's checking to see if it's an animal, I guess, or a squatter. Okay, that almost looks like a statue. Yeah, that's like it's a statue of an Egyptian person. It's a bust. So bust being just like a head statue and just the chest with no arms is referred to as a bust. And it was a bust of an Egyptian god or something like that. So it's strange that that would be there, but okay.
After zooming in and brightening the footage, we can see what appears to be a hand grasping at an object inside the space.
What?
After a few seconds,
oh, I see what.
It then disappears. Tim is sure that what he captured is something paranormal. However, some viewers believe that it might have been someone hiding inside the building. Nevertheless,
so what he's suggesting is this right here is a finger, and this right here is a finger or a thumb grasping at the bust. I would suggest that's possibly some sort of light glare. I mean, it's pretty fuzzy. Just the light hitting it.
The footage remains a mystery, but it seems that Tim will soon be posting more to explain this video.
It could be that he has multiple light sources. Right at the very end there, it looks like he moves a light source. So he could have two secondary, or a secondary light source, and the way that they're hitting creates a light illusion.
For now,
let's hear what he has
the question remains: who or what was captured?
I thought he said he was going to say something. I guess not. I thought he was going to say something about what he caught. So that one was interesting. Why is there a bust up there? Was it a hand? Was it some sort of light glare? I would say it's a light glare, trick of the light of some sort. Just the way that the light's hitting the angles of the bust, creating the illusion of a glow on either side. I wouldn't say that they necessarily looked like fingers, but I could see why they would say that.
This last video comes from someone who works the night shift at a department store inside a mall. For some reason,
I just saw what looked like a foot right here. Something moves right here, right under this rack.
From someone who works the night shift at a department store inside a mall.
Right there. It's like someone takes one step forward.
For some reason, almost every night, strange noises are heard inside the store. Although the person who works there isn't sure what exactly is going on, a video of theirs has left viewers wondering if the store might be dealing with something paranormal. It's close to midnight, the employee is all alone, and the following is caught on camera. This is what was captured.
What's going on, guys? Making a video. It's been a couple days since I made the last one. I wasn't feeling good. That was... Yo! Hello? What the f*** going on? Jesus Christ, it was behind me.
Okay, that would freak me out. One of the scariest things for me is dolls and children. Creep me out. Obviously in a paranormal setting. So the one thing that you'll notice when he pans back there and sees the child, there's a lot of empty space in that direction where he's looking. Like there's more there. When he walked out those swinging doors, he didn't look either direction to be like, hey, what was that? Who was that? He didn't pan left. He didn't pan right looking. He just walked straight to the right. Which Seems very odd to me why you would do that. Obviously, if he's like, hey, there's someone in here, I'm security, I should look around, you would think he would actually look around and not just run in a single direction. Seems
out of nowhere,
very odd.
A small silhouette of what appears to be a child stands right behind the employee. Now, because the video ends abruptly, it's hard to be sure if what was caught is actual paranormal.
Like, look at how much room. There's a whole nother section right here. I'm pointing at the screen again. Why am I pointing at the screen? You can't see that. So right up here, like he walked out the door right behind this clothing rack. So if you walk this way and down this way, those are the doors he came out of. He didn't look up here at all with his camera, or who knows, maybe he was holding a camera and he looked and saw nothing and went this other direction, but it looked like he just beelined. So that's curious right off the bat. He's saying the video just ends abruptly. Again, that's pretty much classic fake video. No information. We're just going to go straight into cutting the video off abruptly. And if something happened to him, how'd the video get uploaded? I guess someone could have found it and uploaded it. We can also see by the clothing here, this is a skeleton outfit. So he's obviously working in some sort of Halloween, or it's Halloween time, working in the outlet store. And this could be promotional piece to get attention, bring in customers. I will say that the outline, again, there's no features whatsoever, which is creepy. It's just black shadow person with the given light, even though it's dark. There's obviously enough to see the definition of this skeleton outline. You would be able to see some sort of features if this was just a person standing there. So is this just a fake video of implanted picture? I would say no, because there's a little bit of a shadow right here coming off the foot. You can almost see a shadow right here, which is like the person standing there. So could they have edited out the person that all their features disappeared and it's just black? I would say that's likely the case. And this is just a promotional piece to bring in business for Halloween, given everything that's happened up to this point.
Evidence. But whether paranormal or not, there's no doubting that the sudden appearance of the small figure is creepy alone.
Yeah.
As always,
absolutely.
What are your thoughts on this?
Alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching Scary Compilation V66 by Bad Bub. Give him a follow, subscribe to his content, and thank you. Subscribe to mine. Alright. We're here with another Bad Bub video. Scary compilation? Scary comps. Scary compilation. You will not be suffocated by a stirring of starved succulents.